Have you ever binged a TV show and come across an episode where something's not right? The main cast is there, but we spend more time with characters you've never seen before. If you answered yes, you might have been watching a backdoor pilot, television's sneaky attempt at airing a pilot episode within an already successful series. They did it on The Office, introducing Dwight's wacky farm family.
Let's run at Shirley's farm. Ugh.
The Brady Bunch did one with another unconventional family.
We are the Five Musketeers.
Who's the Boss laid the groundwork for Living Dolls, a sitcom about teen models starring Halle Berry.
Trim Dip, a non-fat artificial sour cream-like substance. Keep away from open flames.
Even an Incredible Hulk reunion movie tried to launch a new show starring the mighty Thor. Now we're going to look at an attempted spin-off that took place in the final frontier, space. Except that the backdoor pilot took place on Earth. Yes, we're talking about Assignment Earth, the episode Star Trek fans had to put up with at the end of Season 2. Creator Gene Roddenberry knew his cult favorite was in danger of being canceled before Captain Kirk could complete his 5-year mission. So Roddenberry figured he could use his struggling sci-fi series as a launch pad for a new idea.
That's impossible.
Assignment Earth falls into the backdoor pilot trap of featuring only a few scenes with the regular cast. The episode begins by establishing that the USS Enterprise is traveling back to the year 1968. So already it's not the futuristic adventure audiences are used to. And from there, we meet some new characters. First, there's the super serious Gary 7.
This is the most critical period in Earth's history.
He's like a cross between James Bond and Doctor Who. He even has his own sonic screwdriver. Then there's kooky Roberta, a young secretary who has a real Teri Garr quality. Because she's played by Teri Garr.
Very groovy.
Roberta represents the 60s youth culture that was watching Star Trek.
That's why some of my generation are kind of crazy and rebels, you know?
Finally, there's Isis, the mysterious black cat.
Quite a lovely animal, Captain. Find myself strangely drawn to it.
Maybe that's because this cat can turn into a human woman? Anyway, the premise is that Gary 7 is sent from a faraway planet on a mission to save the people of Earth.
Problem. Earth technology and science has progressed faster than political and social knowledge.
Sounds a lot like Twitter. Seriously, though, here's his plan.
To prevent Earth civilization from destroying itself before it can mature into a peaceful society.
Obviously, a mission this big requires more than a one-off. Maybe even.
6 seasons and a movie!
At least that's what Gene Roddenberry hoped for. In the meantime, Gary 7 has a specific goal for this episode.
You've got to let me finish what I've started, or in 6 minutes, World War III begins.
High stakes for a backdoor pilot. It also means Gary 7 is actively interfering with a civilization, defying the Prime Directive. In other words, this potential spinoff would be very different from Star Trek, something the fans would have no problem with.
Maybe I just better call the police right now, huh?
After 50 minutes of fighting, espionage, NASA stock footage, and Spock wearing multiple hats, Gary, Roberta, and Isis accomplish the mission. But because it's an episode of Star Trek, Kirk and Spock take all the credit.
Rather, the Enterprise was simply part of what was supposed to happen.
That means it's an endless time loop, just like in the Next Generation episode with Kelsey Grammer.
The Enterprise has been caught up in a temporal causality loop, and I suspect that something similar may have happened to you.
Trekkies have long argued whether or not Assignment Earth is a good episode of Star Trek. There's even debate if it even counts as an episode of Star Trek.
The decision cannot be made logically.
Despite Kirk and Spock's optimism,
Captain, we could say that Mr. Seven and Miss Lincoln have some interesting experiences in store for them.
Yes, I think we could say that.
Assignment Earth never went to series.
No?
But the characters Gary and Roberta would live on in several Star Trek comics and novels. Hey, CBS All Access, how about a Gary and Roberta show? Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and join us for more videos about backdoor pilots, including the Twilight Zone episode that was a sitcom pilot for Carol Burnett.